go.
Ready when you are.
You want to go ahead?
Nah.
Why not?
I'd rather have you lead, honestly.
Something to remember is when you first start out on the bike, especially on a cold day, the tires are cold. They don't have as good a traction.
Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That's true.
Look through your corners, lean the bike over. So like this is going to be a left-hand corner. You're going to push on the left-hand, I'm sorry, you're going to push on the, left-hand side to go left. You do it anyway, you just don't realize it. So like if I push forward on the right side, I go right. I push forward on the left side, I go left.
Yeah, I see.
You do it automatically when you're turning, you just don't realize it. So if you're turning, say you're in a curve and you're turning and all of a sudden you're freaking out because you think you're going too fast, what you actually have to do is, let's get across here real quick. What you actually have to wind up doing, okay, say that we're approaching that corner up there, and as you're entering the corner, you realize you're going a little bit too fast. Well, you're not going to grab your brake, because that's going to be the exact wrong thing to do. You got to slow down before you get there. But if you enter it a little too fast, and you're finding you're not making your corner, and that you're like going towards that house instead of the road, what you actually have to tell yourself to do is push on the handlebar, on the left one in this case, and make that bike lean over. Because if you wreck from the back tire sliding out, that's a low side, that's bad. But if you run off the road and into the house head on, that's worse. And if you grab your brakes, you're going to do what's called a high side. That is the worst, because that causes you to do what's like a slingshot. That's what happened to me when I wrecked into the telephone pole. Say that telephone pole was more where that mailbox is, or maybe where the house is, a little further down. As I'm going around the corner, actually I was going to the left. As I was going around the corner, I panicked because I was going too fast. I hit my brakes, which made the bike go straight. The bike hit the curb and slingshotted me, high-sided me into the telephone pole. Whereas if I had known what I was doing, which I don't necessarily know what I'm doing now, but if I had known what I was doing and I was practiced and I had just leaned that bike over and not hit the brakes, I probably would have rounded that corner without breaking my leg. Or at the very worst, the bike would have slid out and I would have probably injured the left side instead of the right. But I almost broke my back because I literally wrapped around the pole. The bike hit the curb and then threw me like a slingshot. Whoosh! So keep that in mind when you're going around a corner. If you find yourself going wide, just push on that handlebar. Make that bike lean. It feels funny. You're not going to want to do it. It's counterintuitive. But you got to tell yourself, push the bike over, push the bike over, push the bike over, and it'll go. And again, watch where you want to go. Don't look at that telephone pole or whatever it is you don't want to hit, because you'll go straight towards it.
The thing you were saying about leaning on the bike by pushing left to lean left, is that called counter steering, or
that is counter steering, yes.
Okay.
You don't want to be weaving when you hit a bump like that. You want to be straight on. Never hit a bump or a hole or a railroad crossing at an angle. That'll rip the handlebars right out of your hands and cause you to fly over the handlebars in a high side. If your rear tire locks up when you're braking, just hold on to maintain the skid. Unless you're going in a perfectly straight line, then you can release the brake and reapply it. If your front brake ever locks up, whether you're going straight or not, immediately let go of the brake, immediately. Because a locked up front tire means you have no control over your direction of travel, and it will slide out from under you and cause a high side. A skidding rear tire, if you start skidding sideways, like you see people doing these slides, and the bike goes sideways. If you release the brake, the rear wheel will gain traction and you'll high side.
See how that works.
Avoid the manhole covers, look through the turn, lean it over. Don't be scared to lean it over. It feels weird, but after a while, that becomes part of the fun of riding a bike, is that feeling of leaning over in a curve.
I'm already getting to the point where I can feel that.
Okay, come on up next to me. Okay, go part way.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're out of that traffic, but not into that one. Hold on. Okay, after the SUV, you can go. Okay, you take lead.
That's a nice bike.
Watch out, you're hitting a bump.
Yep.
Remember, through here, it's hard to see these humps before you're right up on them sometimes. And right up under this area, there's usually a lot of leaves and pine straw and sometimes sticks, and they're hard to see because of the speckled lighting.
Yeah, I know. Just noticed that. As you were talking, there's a big stick in the road.
Yep. A good braking technique to get used to is start with your rear brake and then apply gently your front brake. And then progressively squeeze both a little harder.
Funnily enough, that's what I've been doing. I think you taught that to me before, and I've just been doing it instinctually.
Yeah, after a while, you don't have to think about such things. You just do it. And that's the whole part about getting some kind of training and getting used to what to do in certain situations. You don't want to have to think about it. That's the thing. It's like if you start going off the road in a curve, you want to instinctually know to lean that bike over and give it a little bit of gas, or at least just hold the throttle where it is. You want your instincts to take over. You don't want to have to think about it. It's like when you're coming up on these railroad crossings, this one is pretty well parallel to the road, or rather goes directly across 90 degrees. If not, then what you would want to do is swing out and hit them at a full 90 degrees. These are pretty smooth, but if they weren't and you hit them at an angle, again, it would rip the front tire out from under you and send you flying.
Right.
Always hit obstacles at a 90 degree, or at as close to a 90 degrees you could possibly hit them. That, you know, if you can't avoid them. Obviously avoiding them is the better thing, right?
Right.
Okay, we can go right. Be very careful. Stay with me.
Yep.
You're gonna pretty much have to give it some gas going up through here, because if you're going too slow, you'll get run over.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Give your signal. Flash a little bit. Dang, girlie's got some naga hanging out.
Yeah, that was a little bit nasty, actually. I don't see how people walk around like that.
And watch out, because it's wet, sandy, and leafy.
Hey, I know this place.
Yeah, I've got a picture of you riding the ruckus through that field there.
Yep.
So very carefully through here. Don't rev the engine and don't bump the horn. Ooh, fresh smell of horse poops.
Smells slightly better than cow poop, I think.
Yeah. Actually, no, actually it doesn't.
Really?
It smells different. Cow poop actually doesn't smell quite as strong to me. Maybe because I tramped through a lot of it. Then again, I tramped through a lot of horse shit too. I shoveled a lot of horse shit for your great-grandfather.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. Once there's actually a lot of horses and riders out here.
Yep. Speaking of horse poop.
What if they have this every Sunday or something?
Well, every few Sundays, I think. And watch out, those smush spots, that's shit.
Yeah.
Just because they're not little round things anymore doesn't mean it ain't poop. Oh, nice.
That's a beautiful horse right there.
Yeah. Some beautiful something else too.
I don't think I've ever seen a male rider over here before.
I think most of them are females,
Yeah.
at least here. Females like riding horses.
No.
Do I have to explain it to you?
No, I got it.
For a very similar reason they like riding motorcycles.
Right.
Though they might deny it, it's the truth.
There's a bug in my visor.
Yeah, just be careful. A bug might not kill you. Wrecking because you're trying to get a bug out of your visor will.
Yeah, true.
Your speed limit through here is probably about 25, so watch your speed.
Ah, okay. I wasn't sure. I got up to about 30, I think.
Yep. Get used to putting your feet up on the floorboards, not on those pegs.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Get in the habit. The pegs are okay to kind of like give your legs a rest, but don't make a habit of using them.
I gotcha.
Okay, just wait. Okay, let's go. Let's go.
The Ruckus can go a little faster if you want.
The Ruckus can you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, look. A rooster.
Huh?
A rooster right there in front of that truck.
Ah. Oh, somebody's got their cock out.
Alright. I think they keep them at the temple or something.
Yeah, probably. Too bad we can't ride down the bicycle trail.
Yeah, that would be nice.
That'd be really cool on the Ruckus. You alright?
Yeah. The bump shoved my knee right up under the handlebar.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Okay, these tracks go at an angle. So watch what I do. You'll come up to the right of them and kind of swing a little bit to the left, cross them, and then go back a little bit to the right.
I got you. All these roads up here have really weird names. Dryden, Rex Hill.
Well, they gotta come up with a name somehow.
Yeah, really.
You gotta wonder who actually does come up with those names.
I don't know, but they must have a really fun, very stressful job. I wonder if they just throw darts at random combinations of words to see what works.
Pick them out of a bingo basket or something.
Maybe a little bit of both.
What is this? What kind of bike?
It's a Honda DN01.
That's beautiful.
They only sold them in the US in 2009. It's fully automatic, no clutch.
Oh, hell yeah. I
Seven,
got hit by lynx, and I'm waiting for my settlement. I see the bike I want.